I bought this truck used and had a big problem with rust. No heat in the car, radiator was all messed up. I mean, it was bad. I took apart the hoses, looked down in the block. The block was all corroded. Nobody had no antifreeze in it. It was just straight water. Okay, and no heat. I knew it was in bad shape. To be honest with you, I found an easy way to fix the problem without spending a lot of money. And it'll surprise you. It is actually called Metal Rescue. See, a lot of people would think about some stuff like that. But it was an experiment for me about a year ago. And believe me, it has improved this truck like you would not believe. I almost get 25 miles to the gallon. And this is a two-wheel drive 94 Chevy Silverado. It's the extended cab with an 8-foot bed. And I'm getting that gas mileage. After all this time, you would be very surprised. Metal Rescue. Drain your entire system. Take off the radiator cap, drain the system. Put 2 little pints. 2 pints. I mean, they come in little containers. They're like $20-something a piece. You get 2 of them because it holds about 4 gallons of water. Go ahead and drain the system. Dump 2 of them in there. Go ahead and fill it up. Fill it up with water. Let it idle. You can leave the thermostat in it. I mean, you're going to have to change it anyhow afterwards. But once you change the thermostat after work. I mean, you could take it out. It's not going to hurt it any. It won't hurt your hoses, won't hurt your water pump. It just gets the rust. That's all it eats. It doesn't hurt nothing else. But I turned around. I left it idle. Left it warm up. Did that for about 15-20 minutes. Went ahead and dumped it. I mean, it was literally a mess. In just a matter of a few minutes, I mean, I'm going to do a few more treatments on this old truck. But in just a matter of a few minutes of idling it up and stuff like that, I mean, you probably could drive it around, but I probably wouldn't recommend it. Just a good pressure, a good circulation through it, you know, a little upper on the IPMs, idle it up to about 2,000 RPM when it gets warmed up. Get the pressure, get everything circulating and really fast through there. I mean, when I dumped this thing, man, it was pure tea sludge. I had to take a screwdriver and the drain plug. I had to knock out all that stuff and it come out like molasses. It was black as charcoal. We know good and well the rescue worked. I mean, it's improved my gas mileage, the way it idles, the way the temperature sending unit works. I mean, it just runs a lot cooler. I haven't had no problems. I've done it about a year ago. It's about time to do it again because I had a lot in there. After you do that, make sure you flush it out. Run straight water in it, let it heat up and do all that. Change the thermostat afterwards, you know. Just let it circulate. Get all that old stuff out of there. But if you got crunchy hoses, I mean really crunchy hoses where they're crackling and breaking on the thermostat, no heat in the vehicle or nothing like that, believe me, my heater works so good now. I'm riding down the road and if I cut the heat and I max it out, my vents fall out of my dash. I mean, it's a little surprising that Metal Rescue did all that without hurting anything else in the block. So it's probably a good thing to try, especially when you have no other option except for buying a water pump, buying a heater core, ripping apart the dash, replacing all your hoses because they're all crunched up anyhow. Of course, I replaced all mine regardless, but I did all that when I changed the thermostat after I got done flushing it. But the more you do it, the more it'll actually work out of it. But I probably wouldn't recommend to do it too many times because I don't know if it'll hurt the head gasket, stuff like that. But I've done it. I'm going to do it again and see what happens. But that was the best way I ever had, instead of ripping the whole damn truck apart and redoing the heater core, ripping apart the dash, heater core, and everything else, and replacing all the hoses. It was just a good experiment to try, but it worked out very, very well. So, just a heads up to everybody, if you got a lot of rust in your block, you know, if your heater core is messed up, you know good and well the rust is in everything else. So, it's just a heads up.